Welcome back to Reds Fusion LFC, your ultimate home for all things Liverpool. Today we've got huge transfer drama and breaking news. Trent Alexander-Arnold's remarkable Real Madrid twist, Richard Hughes cooking up a mega deal, chaos over, Konaté, and a shocking John Barnes revelation about the fastest player Liverpool ever sold. Stay tuned. This one's unmissable. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with every twist and turn in the transfer window. Remarkable way. Trent Alexander-Arnold learned about Real Madrid transfer from Liverpool revealed Trent Alexander-Arnold had already announced he was joining Real Madrid on a free transfer when his contract expired, before Liverpool chiefs told him he'd be going sooner than he thought. Trent Alexander-Arnold was surprised to discover that Real Madrid had forked out $10 million to prematurely end his Liverpool contract to enable him to play at the FIFA Club World Cup, learning they had done so as the Reds celebrated their Premier League title triumph. The England right-back was already set to depart on a free transfer to Madrid, a move that sparked outrage among many Red supporters, upset that a homegrown talent and one of their most valuable assets was leaving the club for nothing. And during the club's end-of-season open-top bus parade as they celebrated their Premier League title win, Fenway Sports Group's football chief executive Michael Edwards informed Alexander-Arnold that Madrid had made their move. As first reported by The Telegraph, Edwards, Liverpool sporting director Richard Hughes, and FSG president Mike Gordon broke the news to Alexander-Arnold that his switch to the Bernabeu was being brought forward by a month. The Spanish giants had already secured Alexander-Arnold's signature for when his Liverpool contract ended, but were eager to bring him in for the Club World Cup, which kicked off in June, before his contract was up. The $10 million expenditure was significant, but with almost $100 million in prize money for the tournament winner, Los Blancos decided it was a cost worth paying. In the end, Madrid only made it to the semifinals, but at least Liverpool received some compensation for Alexander-Arnold, who they had nurtured since he joined the academy at the tender age of 6. Liverpool secured the services of Dutch international Jeremy Frimpong just days later, signing him from Bayer Leverkusen to be Alexander-Arnold's replacement, kickstarting a record-breaking summer transfer splurge that culminated with the $125 million deadline day signing of Alexander Isak from Newcastle United. Like Liverpool fans with Alexander-Arnold, Newcastle supporters were left furious with Isak's antics before his exit. However, former Liverpool icon Dietmar Hamann reckons the circumstances surrounding their respective exits cannot be compared. I don't think you can compare Alexander Isak to Trent Alexander-Arnold because Trent didn't do anything wrong, Hamann told Coin Poker. If Liverpool wanted to keep him, they could have offered him an improved contract a year earlier, and he probably would have signed it. The fact that they didn't, and he let his contract run out, means he's free to go where he wants. Richard Hughes preparing four-year deal for Liverpool star to snub Real Madrid interest? It's not Konaté. Real Madrid are eyeing another Liverpool player as talks are already turning to the January transfer window. The summer transfer window hasn't long closed, but rumors are already surfacing ahead of the new year. Reports relating to the January window are already doing the rounds, especially as Liverpool have unfinished business to attend to. The Reds made huge waves over the summer as they broke their club transfer record twice with Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak. The latter set a new British all-time high figure of $125 million and took Liverpool's overall spending beyond the $400 million mark. Overall, the Premier League champions spent $446 million on new recruits, the most ever spent by a Premier League club in a single transfer window. They also made a significant amount in sales as they offloaded 8 of their own players. Real Madrid interested in another Liverpool star. One of Liverpool's outgoing deals was Trent Alexander-Arnold's move to Real Madrid. The long-standing interest from Los Blancos eventually materialized this year as the right-back approached the end of his contract. Madrid have since shown interest in Ibrahima Konaté and Alexis McAllister, but their wandering eyes haven't called it a day there. According to Fichajes, Real Madrid are once again targeting Liverpool as they search the Premier League for new signings. This time, it's rapidly rising star Rio Ngumoha who has caught their attention. At just 17, the striker has already made a name for himself at Liverpool after he scored on his Premier League debut. Ngumoha came off the bench against Newcastle United and scored the winner in the 100th minute, in what was described as a dream debut by Virgil van Dijk. Ngumoha's goal came just days before his 17th birthday, making him Liverpool's youngest ever goal scorer and the fourth youngest in Premier League history. Real Madrid are said to be closely monitoring the situation with the teenager, whose current contract is due to expire in 2026. The La Liga. Giants have made a habit of targeting soon-to-be free agents in recent years and have found success in this transfer strategy. Liverpool working on new contract for Rio Ngumoha. With Ngumoha at risk of being approached by overseas players in the new year over a pre-contract, Real Madrid's board see him as a strategic target, while other clubs could also show interest. In January, Liverpool are looking to nip the rumors in the bud. Sporting director Richard Hughes is working on a contract renewal that will ensure Ngumoha remains at Anfield on a new long-term deal. A minimum 4-year contract offer is reportedly being prepared as the club's main objective is to avoid another European giant from poaching a young, promising talent who is already showing what he can do for Liverpool. Ngumoha is currently on international duty with the England U19s alongside Trey Nyoni. Ngumoha is expected to return to action with Liverpool's first team, having become a regular option on the bench for slots so far in the Premier League this season. Real Madrid's Konaté plans in chaos as Liverpool take decision over contract rebel. It will soon be time to decide Ibrahima Konaté's fate amid uncertainty over the Liverpool defender's future. Konaté, 26, signed for the Reds back in 2021, from RB Leipzig for around 35 million. It took him quite some time to establish himself at Anfield, but last season formed part of the Premier League title-winning centre-back partnership alongside Virgil van Dijk. Konaté out of contract in 2026. The ideal circumstance is that he comes to an agreement over a renewal, although there have been no signs as yet that the Reds are prepared to meet his demands. Konaté wants $200K per week to renew, according to reports, which is a big raise, from his current reported salary of $140K PW. And Liverpool will only have one more chance to earn money back on Konaté if he doesn't give any indication that he will renew. That opportunity will come in January, by which time Konaté will be entitled to speak to potentially interested overseas clubs about a free transfer in summer. Real Madrid lead the chase for Konaté, hoping to capitalize on his expiring contract like they did with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool assume Konaté won't renew, but a report in Defensa Central now claims that Liverpool will scupper Madrid's plans to land Konaté on a free. That's because the title holders are planning to entertain bids for their starting center-back once the window opens. Liverpool are considering selling him in the winter transfer window with the aim of getting some money for him. The report reads, "The Reds are starting to assume he won't renew and may be open to parting ways with him mid-season. This would upset Real Madrid's plans, which want to pursue him, but not until next summer." Liverpool's Konaté alternatives named, "It may be that hopes are fading about securing Konaté to a new contract, but if the club can earn around 20 million to 30 million for him in January, provided a replacement is sourced, then things might well work out well." John Barnes says Liverpool sold the fastest player in Premier League history for just 40 million. Liverpool have had some incredibly quick players over the years. Indeed, Darwin Núñez was one of the fastest players in the Premier League when he was at Liverpool, while Federico Chiesa's pace is remarkable too. On top of that, Michael Owen was ridiculously quick as a youngster as well. Speaking to the Mail, John Barnes has been tasked with building his perfect footballer based on attributes made up from players in Premier League history. Interestingly, when it came to pace, Barnes picked another Liverpool icon, John Barnes picked Sadio Mané for his pace. Barnes was tasked with building the ultimate footballer from a number of key attributes. Inevitably, David Beckham was picked for his right foot, while Gareth Bale was picked for his left peg. When it came to pace, Barnes actually picked Sadio Mané for his speed. Barnes knows his onions when he's talking about great Premier League players, and his ultimate player would make for a serious footballer. How fast was Sadio Mané? Barnes picked Mané as the fastest player he's seen in the Premier League, and, in all honesty, that's not a bad shout. Mané was absolutely rapid in his heyday, reaching a top speed of 21.4 km at Liverpool, making one of the Reds' fastest players. However, Mané wasn't Liverpool's quickest player in his prime. Back in 2018, TNT Sports released a list of the Reds' quickest players, and the results were somewhat surprising. Joe Gomez was actually Liverpool's quickest player around that time, and while Gomez wasn't necessarily as explosive or as devastating as Mané, when he got going, he was absolutely rapid. Mané left Liverpool in 2022 to join Bayern Munich for 40 meters, and he will always be remembered as a true Liverpool legend.